Got a little scratch on the old eye. Try to let that thing heal up. In the dang eye. Light's even bright. Like light affects it. So it must be right in the cornea or something. I don't know. But I got some eye drops and stuff. Some prescribed ones actually. So, Entheos posted something like maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I go, I think this reminds me of my Trump dream. Aviation accident. I'm going to read the whole thing. It's not long. And then I'm going to read just the capitalized words. As I wipe my slightly wet eye. Because my eye was crying when I met you. Now I'm dying to forget you. Do what you do with Entheos. Late night, hanging with the lurkers. There's that feeling when you're driving extremely fast and you reach that tipping point where you feel the tires almost lifting off the ground and the steering wheel becomes light. You don't want to exceed this point, as very often, control will be lost. Don't celebrate anyone's death. It's not biblical. Emmanuel's Manual. Celebrate the end of their wicked deeds. Watch the news, Marker Met, third Rothschild. It's getting near dawn, second Marker Met. Crying woman, Marker Met, which by the way was Nikki Haley. Trump York, 2 markers, additional coming. Trump social retweet, Truth Social retweet, Marker Met. Take my breath away, last breath, Junior. It's mainly the first part. Now, first of all, also, don't celebrate anyone's death. It's not biblical. Emmanuel's Manual. Celebrate the end of their wicked deeds. Again, watch the news, Marker Met, third Rothschild, whatever. But as I read that, another name pops into my mind. And certain timeline. Now, let me just read you the capital letters or capital words, because all the letters in the word are capital. And it's just the first part. It's just a couple, like 2 sentences. Late night. Extremely fast. Tipping point. Tires lifting off the ground. And it mentions the steering wheel becomes light. And he put light also in quotes for some reason. Control will be lost. Okay? Late night, extremely fast, tipping point, tires lifting off the ground, light, control will be lost. I saw that. And I go, tires lifting off the ground. You mean like a plane when it takes off? And if you get too fast and you need to put it back down on the ground, like something's wrong, we need to land, just as you've taken off. A lot of times you've already exceeded the amount of runway necessary for you to stop, slow down, and not crash off the end of the runway. So I'm hearing the words late night, extremely fast, and of course planes are extremely fast. Especially a jet plane, such as President Trump's, for example. Twin engine. Twin jet. I believe it's just a twin. I don't think it's a quad yet. Quad. I think it's just a twin. Extremely fast, tipping point, tires lifting off the ground. Steering becomes light. You don't often want to see... You don't want to exceed this point, as very often, control will be lost. That's right. When the tires come off the ground of an airplane, not just, I don't mean retracting the landing gear. I'm talking about when you've reached your speed that the aircraft can actually lift off the ground and fly, okay? Which we pilots, that's rotate speed. again, typically that's about the time you're not really going to have enough runway to where you could quickly, pull the power back, set it back down, and stop. And in some instances, you might already have exceeded the runway length without even getting the wheels off the ground yet. You're 3/4 down the runway, and then, you're about to get the wheels off the ground, and all of a sudden something happens, and you need to stop. It may be too late. So when I'm hearing these keywords, my whole body was like, and I also have to say, my very first dream about this whole thing, I've had 3 now. All 3 were helicopters, and I believe now the helicopters were for you, J-Snip. You own a little helicopter right there behind you. And you're going to have a problem. We showed you in the dreams twice. Okay. Out of the 3 dreams, it was really this 2 that showed me. So, but the first dream, Mr. T. Rump is my passenger. I'm picking him up. I'm going to take him somewhere. Pull some collective, get it lighting the skids. Okay, let's get ready to lift off. And then wham! Instant hard right crash. And, oh my God, is he okay? I hope he's all right. What the hell? Where'd he go? The whole fuselage is intact. Where'd he go? I just saw him. He just got on board. He never got on board. Sorry, Spirit. What was that? He never got on board. But I saw him. He was just... Oh. I'll wink with my good eye. No, wink with your other eye. But that's my strong eye. For Scary Movie. Here, grab my hand. I'll save you. No, give me your other hand. But that's my strong hand. It's all deformed and nasty looking. That's my strong hand. That was a shout out for Chris, friend of mine. So, anyways, I just think, again, 3rd time's the charm. I had the 3rd dream. I had the first dream. It was probably, I don't know, 8 months ago now. I'd have to go look at my dream book or whatever, but maybe 7-8 months ago. And didn't have another dream about it until very beginning of this January, 2024. And then I get a 3rd dream at the end of January, same month. So I had 2 dreams about it again in the same month. And for me, like I mentioned before, sometimes you'll get some important information. It's like 3rd time's the charm, dude. Get ready. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. And I just feel like I can say this lightly because I know what I saw. Like, I feel like he's going to be safe. And I also feel like, well, no, never mind. But I just feel like he's going to be safe. And then when I read this, if this is my interpretation I just read you, is, oh my gosh, this sounds a whole lot like my dream. They didn't put him in a plane. They put him in a helicopter because you own a helicopter and you're going to have a problem. Sell that effing thing. Oh. Because I'm like, you never see Trump in a helicopter anymore. Even though he owns some. You don't see him in it. He's flying that plane everywhere. Trump Force One, if you will. So this from Entheos is not helicopter. Although there are some helicopters that have actually landing gear, and wheels. But most of them are, skids and whatnot. But still, nonetheless, in a helicopter, you can do what is known as a quick stop. And you can stop very quick. So let's just say you were in a helicopter that had wheels for landing gear. And you're taxiing on your wheels, whatever. You line up, center line of the runway. You go to take off. You don't have to get, let's got to get to a certain speed and then lift. You don't have to do all that. You can pretty much pull collective and lift off immediately and just start picking up some airspeed and going. But if you have a problem, you can pull back on the cyclic, which is like the control stick, pretty decently, and push down, not up, but down on the collective, which makes you go down. But you're thinking, wait a minute, You do want to go down, but you don't want to smash into the ground. The problem is when you pull back on that cyclic, helicopter's going to want to do this. So you have to push down on that collective to kind of counter it, you could say. So you can do this relatively quickly. It's one of those training things you have to do and show that you're capable of doing it to get your license. But, you know, this doesn't apply. What I'm reading you just doesn't, nothing in here says helicopter. It says airplane, wheels up, critical speed being reached, too late, you'll lose control. And if that's the case, this makes me just as certain as I really was. This just kind of seals the deal for me. I'm not concerned about Trump. I mean, you know, I am when I got the dream and it's like, whoa, I don't want my guy going away. But I was shown he ain't going away. You might not see him for a little bit and think he's going away. And I'm like, I got a sneaky feeling he's going to reappear should this event take place. And you think he's on board. Oh my God, oh my God. And then Entheos is going to post his little thing that said, for the 500th time in a row, don't react so soon sometimes. Let things just simmer a little bit. Sometimes you just need to let things simmer before reacting and saying something right away. Just take a step back and just wait. Maybe let a little more information come in before you open your fat, stinking mouth about something. Maybe. So, that's kind of it right now. Just feel like I need to do that video. Take care.